All right, so we officially have a winner for the Marvel Madness tournament, and a reunion special for a show that I loved was just announced. So welcome to the newest episode of SDW.
Super Dario World!
It's a me,
Dario!
Woohoo! Let's go!
All right, so I'm going to keep this one short because I kind of have to get out of here. One of my dogs is going into labor. For those of you who don't know, I have a bunch of American Akitas, and they live down in Mexico at my parents' house because for some reason landlords think that Akitas are scary and you can't keep the breed here because of stupid reasons. So thanks a lot, everybody. You suck. Well, you don't suck, but landlords suck because they don't let you have a dog. Even if it's the best behaved dog in the world, like I would rather have my big dog that's really well behaved than a whole bunch of just chihuahuas that won't stop yapping at anything that moves. It's really annoying. My dogs are quiet and well behaved. Anyway, that's not the point. That's not the point. One of them is going into labor. She's the one that looks most. If you listen to my podcast recently, my baby Shelby, she died a couple of weeks ago, and this is one of her babies. So it would have been the first batch of grandpuppies. Anyway, this actually is the dog that looks the most like Shelby. But again, to mark that not all dogs are the same, and some dogs are special and some aren't. This is the dog that looks the most like Shelby, but I love her to death. She's as sweet as sugar, but she's as dumb as paint. She is definitely a special ed dog, but she's very sweet, she's very nice, and she's about to go into labor. So I'm actually waiting on my Now monitor, Darkstar, to finish eating so that I can get out of here. Because I'm probably not gonna see him tomorrow. It depends on how the labor goes. But so I gave him extra food right now, and so I do this every once in a while. I don't give him food for a day so that he gets used to it in case I actually don't make it home a certain day. So I'm waiting for him to finish eating so I can get the hell out of here. And I don't know if I'll be back to it. It all depends. Point is, I'm kind of in a rush, but I'm going a bit too fast. I need to relax because there's nothing I can do about him eating. So, as always, any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at Dario the Show on Instagram or at Super Dario World. Also, check out my Facebook page, Super Dario World. I update everything there. And we officially have a winner for the Marvel Madness tournament. And the winner is, if you haven't checked out the website already, Rock1053 called it Wolverine. Wolverine is officially the winner of the Marvel Madness tournament, so he is officially, according to the people who voted, the greatest Marvel superhero of all time. And I called it, if you listen to yesterday's podcast, I basically came to that conclusion, so I want to believe that I actually helped people vote in that direction. I want to give myself the credit, and there's absolutely no way that I can be proved otherwise, so I'm just going to take the credit anyway. So, love Spidey. He's a crown jewel of the Marvel Universe, but the goody two-shoes is never going to beat the bad boy, right? You're never going to beat the bad boy. Rated R is always going to beat PG-13. It's a fact. Accept it. Move on with life. But still love Spidey. Actually, a rated R Spider-Man would be great. There's a storyline known as the Superior Spider-Man that's actually pretty good. It's when it's actually not Peter Parker. It's Dr. Octopus finds a way to switch minds with Peter Parker. So basically, it's Dr. Ock's mind in Peter Parker's body. And because he was dying, so he did a switcheroo, and that Spider-Man is known as the Superior Spider-Man, and he is a total a-hole. It's actually a great storyline. I highly recommend it. But that's neither here nor there. The point is, congratulations, Wolverine. Called it from the beginning. You should have been a 1 seed, and this proves it. Greatest Marvel superhero out there. Hopefully the next bracket will be just as interesting. It depends on the topic, I guess. But I don't know, it was fun. There's something about brackets. There's something about tournaments. They're quite enjoyable. Anyway, on a very somewhat related piece of news, Tom Holland, who is the newest Spider-Man, he was asked about what the hell is going to happen with 2 movies that he's on. One is Uncharted, and the other one is Spider-Man 3. Now, they were in Germany supposedly getting ready to start shooting Uncharted, and if you listen to the podcast where I went on a rant that movie is either going to suck or not going to end up being made, this thing, the whole pandemic might have been a blessing in disguise for them because it was too fast. They had the director for about a month, if not even that. It was just going too fast, and There's no way you could have done a movie that scale, the story that scale, that quickly. So this whole getting shut down might have been really good for them. And honestly, it's probably the best thing that could have happened for that particular movie. And supposedly it is going to happen. I'll just read you the quote from Tom Holland. I'm not too sure. I was in Berlin making a film called Uncharted with Mark Wahlberg. We were all ready to go. And we went to set for day one of shooting, and then we got shut down, and we got sent home. So whether we shoot that movie first or we shoot Spider-Man first, I'm not clear. So, but both movies are being made, and they're both really strong, and the scripts are fantastic. So whatever happens, happens. All right, that's the end quote. That's it. So he's confirming that will both be made. Spider-Man 3 is actually... I'm not exactly sure how the things are going to work out in the MCU, because the timeline is going to be... this whole thing is going to mess up the timeline for everything, so... I'm assuming that over the summer there's going to be an announcement of the new calendar for the Marvel movies, which sucks because I think at Comic-Con last year they showed the next 10-year plan or something. But we'll see. This has to fudge things up at least a little bit. A little bit. I can understand some of the TV shows still going forward, but the movie calendar is going to be rough, especially because Tom Holland is pretty in demand. And I'm assuming that Uncharted and Spider-Man is going to take a pretty big chunk of his time. But we'll see. Anyway, on another piece of news, the TV show Parks and Rec, the comedy, if you ever watched it, has announced a reunion special. And apparently it's going to happen really quickly. And I guess instead of me saying to you what it is, I'll just let Leslie Knope here herself let you know how it's going to work. So here's Amy Poehler.
Hi, it's Amy Poehler inviting you to a very special Parks and Rec, all shot from our homes. We, along with our neighbors at State Farm, are coming together to raise money for Feeding America, and we hope you'll join us.
A new Parks and Rec story, Thursday, April 30th on NBC.
So it's supposed to be a new story. It's not going to be a reunion episode where they're just going to be like, oh, remember this episode? Oh, this moment was my favorite. No, supposedly it's going to be a story, which is good. Which is actually how a reunion's supposed to work. Now, it's interesting because of the way the show ended. They actually did a jump forward in time. I'm not exactly sure how far in time they went, but they went a few years. So they might have actually gone past 2020. Or is it exactly 2020? I don't know. But it's fun. I'm going to watch it. It'd be interesting to see like the whole crew. Just if it's just basically a Zoom meeting between all the characters in Parks and Rec, that'd be hysterical. That'd be really funny because all the characters were great, and I can imagine some of them not understanding how things work, how the equipment works, messing up, giving us updates on their lives. But I'll just read you every single thing that they've said. So, like a lot of people, we're looking for ways to help and felt that bringing these characters back for a night would raise some money. I sent a hopeful email to the cast, and they all got back to me within 45 minutes. Our old Parks and Rec team has put together one more 30-minute slice of quarantine Pawnee life, and we hope everyone enjoys it and donates. So this is awesome. Really awesome. We actually have the writers coming back. It's not just going to be an improv thing. The actors pretending like they are the actual characters. It's going to be a written thing. Honestly, I'm very excited for this. I haven't been excited for a reunion episode ever. I was excited for the Friends one until we actually heard what it was going to be. But this actually sounds pretty cool. It's set to air on NBC April 30th, which is going to be next week. I'm really looking forward to it, and especially there's actually a little bit here in the comment that says that everybody got back to her within 45 minutes. That makes sense because right now nobody's really doing something. But a few years back, we had Adam Scott in studio. He plays Ben Wyatt. And he told us that that apparently everybody in Parks and Rec, they're still friends, that they're on a chat group, that everybody still answers back, that they're still cool, they're still together, they're still very, very close. They have a very tight-knit group. And so this is honestly exciting. And to keep it on the kind of Parks and Rec world, there's a new TV show up in Hulu. I've only seen the first episode. I'm very excited about it. The TV show is called Devs, and it's created by the guy who made the movie Ex Machina. Ex Machina is a great movie. It's one of my favorite sci-fi movies, really well made. I'm trying to think of a way that I can tell you what it's about without actually... a guy gets hired by his genius boss to see if he can figure out if a robot is, if an AI can pass as a human. I think that's fair. Anyway, the show actually one of the stars on it is Nick Offerman, who plays one of probably the most popular character from Parks and Rec, Ron Swanson. And the show's actually pretty good. I've only seen the first episode, like I said, and this weekend I'll probably be in Mexico, so there's no Hulu over there, but I'm really excited to finish it. It's really well made. The concept of the show is pretty interesting. This one's harder to explain, so I'll just let IMDb explain this one. It's a computer engineer investigates the secretive development division of her company, which she believes is behind the disappearance of her boyfriend. There's way more into that. There's actually the technology that kind of basically lets you understand everything, and it's very complicated. Honestly, watch the show or check out the trailer. It's pretty good. The guy who makes it, Alex Garland, he's really good. He like I said, he wrote Ex Machina, he wrote Annihilation, he wrote 28 Days Later. He's really good. I highly recommend it. I've only seen the first episode. Okay. I've only seen the first one, but it was a really good start, and I'm excited. It's probably going to be the next show I binge watch, so you may see a review for it in the future. But anyway, I think that's it for today. Yeah, gone through a lot, but in a very short amount of time. So hopefully Dark Star is finished eating by now. But as always, any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at Dario the Show on Instagram or at SuperDario_World. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you again next time.